It was a bitterly cold winter's afternoon just a week before Christmas. The school bell rang, and 300 boys flocked into the school assembly hall for the closing ceremony for that term. In front, on the platform, there was a large lighted Christmas tree, and the custom was that the master addressed all the boys, and that then they had Christmas carols before separating for the holidays. That day, there was now the familiar sight of a Nazi Gauleiter, crude and unlettered, sitting on the platform with the headmaster. The master said just a word or two, and then the Gauleiter got up, and after a eulogy of the Führer, let out a great diatribe against the Jews, and as usual urged the boys not to care for learning but for physical strength and toughness. It was a vulgar speech, with many coarse jokes, and though most of the boys seemed to enjoy it, the headmaster looked ill at ease. The Gauleiter then suggested they should sing some of the Nazi songs, and chose one of the most crude anti-Jewish songs of the party, ending with the famous Horst Wessel. One of the masters sitting on the platform noticed the tense white face of Johann as he stood in the second row of boys, silent throughout all this proceeding, with his eyes fixed on the Christmas tree, which seemed to belong to another world. The headmaster rose to give the word of dismissal, and as he did so, there was a sound of scuffle as Johann pushed past the boys in front of him and shot up the platform steps to the piano, which the young Nazi master in uniform had just left. Johann, who was a good pianist, sat down and began to play the favorite German carol, Stille Nacht, Heilige Nacht. It all happened in a second and threw everyone into a strange bewilderment. Some boys looked round, others began to hum the tune under their breath. The bullying Gauleiter stared at the slender, pale-faced boy who now sat silent at the piano. The fear he had momentarily lost had returned, and he seemed unable to move. The headmaster dismissed the boys, and then, as he passed off the platform with the Gauleiter and the other masters, he patted Johann on the head and said, as though wishing to appease the Gauleiter without being unkind to the boy, "Poor boy, he's got it so much in his blood that he cannot get rid of it, but he will in time." By way of explanation, he told the Gauleiter that Johann's uncle was a famous theologian, and that they were a very religious family. Johann then made a dive for the back door, and running through the snow and bitter wind with no coat and without the books he wanted for the holidays, reached home and locked himself in his bedroom.